Yeah.
That's cool. And I mean, you talk about the right people in your corner, and I was talking to your teammate Jack Jenkins before his fight, and he said that you guys almost bonded even more than usual in both of these camps. Did you guys really kind of lean on each other in this prep?
Yeah, we did. I was getting ready for Perth, so the vibe was kind of like that we're both going to be fighting on the same day, and we're getting ready together, we're training together. I've also recently started training at the ring gym too, so I'm training with him a little bit more often. And yeah, like we're trying to help each other, and we know that we're our best asset at the moment. So we've really grown this camp together. Obviously, I didn't fight on the Perth card, uh, and but I've supported him the whole way through, and he's supported me, and it's been really, yeah, it's been really nice.
And he talked about his preparation, obviously the emotion he showed after the fight. You were a guy getting him ready. What was it like to finally see him get back in that cage and get the victory?
I was, man, I was super proud of him, but also at the same time, I didn't know that he was holding on to that as well. So um, even though I was training with him and with him 5, 6 times a week, uh, I knew that it meant so much to him, and that like anyone, when you're coming off a loss, you want to get back into the winning column. But it was more than that. So, and I haven't suffered an injury like that, and I know that it would affect anyone. So for him to bounce back and put on a dominant performance and get the job done, I was so proud of him, and I was proud of him for even showing his his emotions as well. It takes a lot of courage, and you have to be quite brave. And I know he would have touched a lot of people on that too. So um, I guess thanks, yeah, thank you for Jack for being yourself. So yeah, he's a top bloke.
Do you think MMA is kind of going in the right space in terms of guys being themselves, and it's not this whole like if you cry you're a bitch and all that sort of stuff? Like it seems to be like really sort of just welcoming to everyone lately.
Either it's the sport, or maybe it's just the era that we're in now. As men, we're we're starting to understand that it's okay to speak up and express your emotions, and the old school mentality of bottling things up and not talking about your problems is actually the wrong way to deal with things. Whereas the old generation, that's probably how they would go about things. And lately, forget about MMA, but just in the world in general, there's so many. The suicide rates are ridiculous with men. So I think it's really positive. I think it's just a shift in the world. That men and boys, women, everyone in general is understanding that how to deal with their emotions a little bit more, and taking care of their mental health a little bit more, and it pays off.